the No Man's Sky Galactic miniseries here on Cobra TV. All right, so another interesting fact about No Man's Sky's galaxy is the factions, the AI that run and control certain parts of the galaxy. And what's really cool is that the galaxy is actually set up into different regions. So imagine, separating it up just like you would see the United States, with the state borders and everything. No Man's Sky's galaxy is going to be almost the same way. And every different region that's in No Man's Sky's galaxy is going to have a different faction. And when you're playing in a part of the galaxy and you're fighting a certain type of faction against and you're sided with a faction, and you're fighting a different faction, well, if you fly and fly and fly, eventually you're going to be in a different region of that galaxy, and that faction that you're enemies with won't be there, and right, the one that you're friends with won't be there.
Right, it's almost like a fresh start with like a police force, kind of.
Yeah, you're in a new neighborhood with some new factions, and
you can kind of choose to maybe make enemies by killing a bunch of them, obviously, or try to make friends with them, like go up to them, do trading or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because none of them know who you are. You're not friendly to them.
Right, they have no idea.
You're going to have to prove yourself, pick a side and prove yourself who's you're going to side with. So right. It's going to be all over again. You might find yourself feeling pretty proud and pretty happy that you got a good faction with you on your side. You can call your AI wingman, and then all of a sudden you realize you're in a bad neighborhood and you don't know anybody and you can't call on anybody because you're with brand new big boys in the galaxy. So right. That's really cool, and he explains it a little bit here.
Wolfstar Strider wants to know how factions are distributed. Do they have kind of their own turf and you like kind of wander into it, or are they just kind of peppered throughout the galaxy kind of evenly and you just never know when you're going to run to them?
It's more like they have their own turf, like let's call it that, right? The galactic map is divided up into regions, and you get a sense of that as you're flying through. You get a sense of the different colors and things like that, and that represents actually the types of resources and stuff at the moment. But you can actually see regions, and they have like names and things like that, and like kind of like you would always see in sci-fi that they would talk about different quadrants and stuff like that of the galaxy. We have kind of reasonably small divisions, and within those you tend to get a different kind of faction. And yeah, so as you're flying through, you'll be coming across different ones. But it's not like you would attack one in one system and then fly on, hundreds of systems more and then only come across them again. Then, you tend to be in an area for quite a while where it's up against a certain faction.
Gotcha. All right, Sean, we have some rapid fire tech questions.
All right, so there you have it. Different regions, different factions, different neighborhoods, if you want to call it that. That is just an amazing concept to me. So if you're wanted if you play like a bad guy and you're wanted by the Galactic Police, and maybe you're on the wrong side of the fence and you're attacking you're a pirate, so that not many people like you, maybe after you get into a different region, you are on a fresh start, kind of. Nobody knows who you are, and you could just maybe be a good guy.
Right, almost like you're kind of forgotten by the police force.
Yeah, hopefully.
They don't know you in that area.
Right. Now, it says the same universe for everyone. Now, a lot of people think that No Man's Sky is going to be a galaxy that you're in alone, but people are in copies of, and that we are pretty much just all playing to send data to a main source. That's not true. Sean Murray has said that it is multiplayer in a sense, but it's not built to be a multiplayer game. That you do carry around a 3-person lobby with you, and people come into that discrete space, and the game is designed for you to pretty much catch a glimpse of what each other looks like if you want to, and maybe grief each other a little bit. You know, that's
I was going to say, if they don't kill you first.
Right, yeah. It's been confirmed that you can grief a player. And then leave, go on about your business. That's how it's designed. It's not designed to be played with your friend. It's not, you know, although if you have a good enough friend, you could do it, but it's not designed that way. He did say that later on down the road, he will design it that way for people who want to play it that way. But for right now, he wants to see the core of his game, the dream of his game played out. And I think we should all respect that.
Right. It also says that everyone starts in their own solar system, and so people will be very far away from each other when they begin. But about this, like, even if we did start in the same solar system, like, even just like 1 or 2 people in the same solar system, it's very unlikely that you even know the other person is there.
Well, very true, unless you're actually out flying in space.
Right.
And you're flying erratic, you know, or you're playing around the space station, and you're like, well, AI's ships don't do that. What the heck's going on with this thing? You know?
Right.
And then you're gonna know, you know. But you are right. If you're on a planet and you're not both in space at the same exact time, you'll never know.
Right.
But you know, I do like that. It says that you're going to be very far away from one another to begin with.
It's just another leg in the adventure.
Yeah. But it
If
says
you want to go find your friend, you gotta go. You
right?
gotta
work
trek
out.
it.
Yep. But it says to begin with. You know, that means you're not going to be far away from people later. You know, that's what it insinuates. And
Right, because as you move closer to the center, everybody's going to start getting more and more and more compact until you eventually get to the center, and there's going to be people all around you.
yeah, but Sean Murray did say the center is still very, very big. I don't know what he means by that, but he was also said that you're going to want your friend there with you at the center. So
You're going to want to share the moment.
there's very conflicting information between whether we could get to the friend, whether we want to try and get to the friend, whether it's possible. And then, you know, he says, no, it's not. It's not a multiplayer. It's not this. It's not that. And then all of a sudden, yes, you want your friend with you at the center. You know, it's you know, and I think he wants to keep everybody on our toes. He doesn't want to give too much away.
Right.
And I respect that, and I love that. But it's really a very difficult game to cover. That is for sure. For people that don't have internet connection or they don't want to play online with people, there is an offline mode. But that would mean you're not going to see anybody's discoveries or anything like that. You would pretty much literally be alone in the entire universe except for the animals and the AI factions. But what's really cool is they also said that when you look at the galactic map, when you see a star twinkling, that means someone's discovered something there. Now, wouldn't it be creepy? Wouldn't it be creepy if you looked at the galactic map and you saw your own planet twinkling, but yet you were just standing still?
Right.
You knew.
You're like, somebody's here.
Yeah. It's like,
Someone's here, and now I know it.
we're not alone, guys. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a good way you can see like the next planet over. If it's twinkling, you know, you can go on the hunt for somebody, you know? So I think that's a pretty cool feature that they added in on the galactic map. The planets of the universe will have a 10% chance of having life on them, with 90% of them having no life at all. Of the 10% that does have life, 90% of that life will be primitive and boring, so the lush garden worlds with more evolved life forms will be rare. I don't know how you guys feel, but I am more interested in finding these vast barren planets When I first learned about No Man's Sky, I could not wait to find, I wanted to find life-bearing planets. You know, that's the only thing I wanted to find. But after seeing some screenshots of like Solith Prime and another one of my recent videos, I put a really rare clip of them being on a barren planet, and it just blew my mind. I can't wait to see the eerie, you know, feel the eeriness of being alone with no life, seeing the dust going through the air, and seeing the beautiful landscapes that are created, and nothing lives there at all.
True, very true.
So somebody like me, who I can visit 10 planets with gray rock, and I'll be completely happy.
You'll still be excited.
Yes. And then when I come across a planet that does have life on it, I'm going to get up and I'll start doing a No Man's Sky shuffle. So,
dude, we should create a dance.
We should create a dance, yes.
We should do that. That would be fun.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to be very easy to please as a No Man's Sky player. Now, here's something that really puzzles me that I read a long time ago. It's from the Edge magazine. And it states that in every solar system, there is one core thing that you could do, which is of great significance to that specific solar system. And that is shared among everyone and fundamentally changes that solar system. And people can choose whether or not to do that. What in the world are they talking about? What could you do that would fundamentally change a solar system? The only thing that
destroy the space station?
No, you can't destroy it. You can only damage it. You can only bring down the class of a space station.
Oh, true. That wouldn't really fundamentally change it.
No, but I wonder if there's going to be something like each solar system is being oppressed by a faction, and that you can kind of maybe help fight a war between the AI that's there and run them out of there. So that way the next player who comes through there won't have to deal with that because you've already won that battle. I don't know. I mean, that intrigues me to know that you're going to have...
They don't even give the slightest hint what it could be, though.
I know, dude. It intrigues me that you're going to have something that important to either choose to do or ignore in each solar system that you go to.
They haven't even talked about it since then either.
No, they haven't. That is it for this episode on the Galactic mini-series here on Cobra TV. There's going to be many more to come. If anybody out there has not subscribed, go ahead and do so. Become part of this community. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more of the Galactic mini-series here on Cobra TV. Until next time.